It's your favorite ladybug, Trace, coming in with some hot soup for your loving soul. Talking about something different this week. Let's break into the conversation around relationships, love, men, and the new BBW. No, I don't mean big, bold, beautiful ladies. Although we all love us a dose of them, I am talking about books bought by women. Okay, books by men that are being bought by women for the men that they love or for themselves so that we can have a better understanding of what men think, how they feel, and really just be able to hone into the conversation around men's opinions, thoughts, and feelings for the sake of better relationships, more love, more connectivity, and of course, more opportunities to understand and celebrate the men in our lives. What better time to do it than this week, as this weekend is the perfect time to celebrate the men who have helped to lead and steer and guide us, and just to embrace the men who are present in our lives, whether they are father figures or not. So I'm going to kick it off with one of the people who I think is a stellar brother. I know personally he's a friend of mine and is someone who definitely exemplifies the love and the passion and compassion that we need in our community. Heaven is All Goodbyes. This is an excellent read for anyone wanting to celebrate Black men, Black women, Black communities, or the fact that Black men love on our communities. Grab Heaven is All Goodbyes by Tongo Eisen Martin and have one of the most invigorating expressions of Black love that we've seen in our time. While you're doing that, you might as well go ahead and keep a good thing going and go ahead and have that conversation. You know, the talk that we never like to talk about. Let's get into it with Hill Harper. Okay, Hill has authored this book on how men and women can create loving and trusting relationships, but I guarantee you this is not the old rigmarole. It's definitely something new. You'd be surprised by what Hill talks about in some of his points of view, but it definitely challenged me to recalibrate some of my opinions, to reassess some of my old mindsets, and to be more objective and open-minded to how men really feel, what they think, and some of the things that they don't always feel open enough to express. Grab this and get into this. I challenge you to have the conversation with your special someone. After you are done doing that, you may want to take a break and digress from daily life to pick apart some of the things that you may have missed out on, like men who've had to leave us too soon, men who we've lost to war and other times of duty, or just people in general who you have lost that you love. I think this is a really great book written by Fred J. Kirby Jr. In co-authoring with Miss Valerie D. Swinton. They have created a journey from loss to love, a journal of expression and guided grief processing that helps you to process the loss of a loved one or a loved thing, because as we all know, loss presents itself in all forms. So go ahead and do yourself something great and get good grief so that you can go ahead and do some processing for yourself. And I could not leave out the opportunity to learn about what makes a better man, what identifies as a superior man. How can we get to the point where we can appreciate the men in our lives while they are still here so that we can make the best of those moments and special conversations? I suggest you go ahead and grab this national bestseller by David Data. It's The Way of the Superior Man. This is a really, really informative book. Changed a lot of the ways that I think in terms of spiritual and physical connections to men and just the way that they think and the mastery of their minds. If you ever want to understand how men think, why they do some things different than women, what things they may be processing that we may or may not have thought of, grab the book. It's really good, very informative, and even has some tidbits in here that you could apply yourself as a woman. And with that being said, if there's anything that I do love, it is Black men. And so I couldn't leave this book out. What better way to show him that he's special, that he matters, that he's important, than to be having conversations about how to love him? And we all want to be loved. And so I think this is a very good book for anybody who's interested in loving Black men or having relationships with them. You should go ahead and grab How to Love a Black Man by Dr. Ron Elmore. This is a very, very introspective and thought-provoking book. It is a book that every Black person should read. And I also think every person of color should read. Very informative. Have a look, have a read. Check out all of these. Make sure that you grab a copy for yourself, as well as for the love in your life, or the man who's doing you right, or the guy who you want to show some love to, and remind him that his ideas, thoughts, opinions, and dreams matter as well. Go ahead and grab your copy. Check the show notes if you need tips on which books we just mentioned. We just ran through all 5 of them. If you have some books we didn't talk about and you got some books that you want to share or are an author, feel free to reach out. I hope that you guys enjoy this opportunity to connect with the men you love, give them some BBW, some books bought by women, some things for them, some topics about men, some books by men, for men, and about men that celebrate the beauty, the originality, the intellect, and all the breadth of characteristics that they are. Until next time, love yourself and someone else. Be well.